In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a stylized product video shoot with just a single light source. And that light source is going to be an iPad. We're going to light it with an iPad because we're crazy. Let's do it, yeah. Greetings, fellow human. I hope you're having a fantastic-rifical day, even though you might be stuck at home because of things, with the quarantining and whatnot, but, hopefully it's still awesome. My name is Barron, and I make videos about photo and video tutorials, as well as camera and camera gear reviews, so if you want to see any more content like that, go ahead and click the subscribe-y thing. You gotta ring the bell. You gotta go, bing! That's it, ringing. Bing! So a few weeks ago, my friend George issued a challenge. He said, use one light source, take a picture, make it cool, right? Okay, that's awesome. But we will not be outdone on this channel. No, we're gonna do a product video shoot with a single light. But I also needed to make it more challenging, so that's when I decided that I was gonna light it with the iPad. A lot of people might not have all of their fancy lights and gear at home. But most people probably have a tablet of some sort, whether it's an iPad or maybe they have one of those really big phones, and you can use the same techniques to do this with that device. So yeah, and because we are using only one light source to do the product shot, I felt like it would be fun to do this talking headshot with only one light source as well. Now, I'm obviously not using the iPad for this. It's not big enough. I have my regular key light here, but I have a reflector here and another reflector above me to help separate me from the background. I didn't turn on any of my other lights back there, nothing. So, just one light. Works out pretty good. It's not fantastic, but it's pretty good. Moving on. So the first thing that we need is a subject, and I chose the Panasonic GH5. I've got a video about this camera coming out in the next week or so, and I needed some shots of the camera itself, so I figured why not assassinate two birds with a singular stone? Bird assassination. So the first step for me was to clean all of the empty whiskey bottles off of my desk because during quarantine, whiskey happens. Now, I didn't feel like digging through my laundry for a black sheet or t-shirt or something black to use as a backdrop, so I'm just going to use the screen of my iMac as the backdrop. Now, I need to raise the camera up a little bit so that that backdrop there is going to be behind it, so I put it on this Gorilla Pod, which is about the right height. Now that we have set up our incredibly basic scene, it's time to start shooting. But I obviously can't use the GH5 to shoot since it is the subject, so I'm going to be using the Sony a6400, and I need to be able to get a wider shot as well as some macro shots. So I'm going to be using a Canon FD 70-210 f4. This is a vintage lens from the, I think, late 70s. This one might be from the 80s. I don't remember what year this one is. Since I will be doing a few shots and this lens has a macro setting, I want to use this lens for all the shots just for consistency. Now, my goal for this shot is I want a soft, top-lit scene where the light is going to move over the top of the subject and kind of spill and move. It's a very dramatic sort of shot. I don't know if it's going to look better going from front to back or from side to side, so I'm going to try several different things. But since we can only use one light source, I'm just going to do two separate versions of this clip. I'm going to mask out the front part of the lens and overlay it onto the entire image so it looks like there are two different light sources even though we only used one. I don't even know if this is going to work. Now, in order to use the iPad as a light source, I needed a just plain white picture. So I just used one of the free app things, and I just saved a white strip here, and if I wanted to make it bigger, I can just do the bloop so it covers the whole thing, and then I'm just going to turn the screen brightness up as much as I can. Now, just so you know, I am not made of money, so this is not an iPad Pro. This is just the regular base level iPad thing that would, it's under $300. This thing is, so it's not nearly as bright as the iPad. If you have an iPad Pro, you might actually get better results. I don't know. Now that I have the camera set up and rolling, all I need to do is wave the light over the top of the camera. And like I mentioned before, I'm going to try a variety of different motions and speeds just to see what's going to look best in post. As far as camera settings go, I have this set to 24 frames per second because I don't need to worry about slow motion. The subject is not moving at all, it's just the light that's going to be moving, and because I am holding the light in my hands, I can control how fast or slow it goes, and I can do a variety of different speeds to see what looks best. That way I don't need to worry about running my camera in slow motion. Now that I've gotten all of the shots I need for the hero shot, let's go ahead and get some macro shots, get really tight in there. Okay, so here's the hero shot before I've done any overlaying or anything to it. And that actually did really well. The iPad provided a pretty soft source of light. It looks pretty good. Now I'm going to show you what the shot looks like when I take just the front part of the lens, mask it out, and overlay that over the shot so that it looks like there's two light sources even though we only used one. I wasn't sure if that was going to work at all, and I actually think that it turned out pretty good. It's something that I would use, maybe a technique that I will use in the future. And then, of course, we also have the two macro shots here. So those also turned out really nice. So I think we have proven that you can light a product shoot with just an iPad, and the cheaper one at that. So maybe it's something that you want to give it a try. Feel free, and if you want, you can, you know, do the linky link down there. You can give me a link to your video. I'll take a look at it. I would say, like, I don't know, I don't have a Facebook group or something like that, because who does Facebook? It's like for old people, isn't it? I don't know. I don't do Facebook. It's weird. If you like this video, do the thing where the thumb goes up. If you did not like this video, do the thing where the thumb goes down. And if you do the thumb down thing, may you be quarantined forever. Forever. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click subscribe and ring the bell. Ding! And that's everything I got for you today, so go ahead and take your camera, whatever camera it may be, and go make something awesome.